All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Richard, and welcome to the Ninjacators Profits at Noon. Right, for all of you guys that's new here today, I normally have my co-host Nathan helping out with proceedings, but he's on a bit of a holiday break, but he'll be back next week again. So hopefully I don't get confused with all these buttons I have to press during the Zoom meeting. But anyway, I'm very excited to have Craig with us here today, which is... he helps out Ninjacators' fully automated day trading system called Robot Lab. So Craig will come on right after my analysis. Please stay tuned for that. And what he's got to share with you guys, in my books, really, really impressive. And I'm sure you guys don't want to miss out. So as always, before I do get started with the analysis part, please note just a quick disclaimer that all information in today's session is provided for educational purposes only. And it's not an offer or recommendation to trade futures, stocks, options, or Forex. All right, guys. I just want to quickly get rid of that screen and then jump right into the charts. As always, I'm going to look at the ES, the NASDAQ, the YM, the Russell, crude oil, and gold. And sorry, I'm just seeing if Craig's entering the room here quickly. And you'll see that I've got a lot of lines on my chart here. I'm set on a 4-hour chart of the ES, which you're seeing right now. We got these red lines, we've got this orange line, and also these blue lines to the upside. Now, that's just your normal run-of-the-mill pivot points for the day. But very importantly, what I also look at are these projected range lows and highs, as we call them. Now, this is a proprietary indicator that we have here at Ninjacators. And quite often you'll see price being drawn towards those lines, either find support, also make really, really good targets. But not just looking at lines, I also want to see what price structure looks like coming into the day, for example. And sorry, guys, I'm just going to make Craig a panelist. I see you did jump in here. Here we go. Cool, Craig should be in. Sorry about that, guys. Craig just joined us. Again, he'll be on right after my analysis. All right, just quickly where I left off. So these lines, very importantly, during the analysis sessions, which will be every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursdays at noon, I'll be giving out, or just basically giving you my thoughts of where price is moving towards, right? A bit of directional bias, also look at price structure. I do use a little bit of Elliott wave analysis as well. But very importantly, although this is not ready just yet, we're going to have a worksheet, or we're probably going to call it a worksheet or newsletter, that it's going to go out 15 minutes prior to market open. And in that worksheet, I'm going to mention all these levels so that if you subscribe to this worksheet, you'll know ahead of time what to expect, what I'm expecting, shall I say, for the day, where I believe price might be moving to for all of these markets that I'm covering, as well as name the levels for what we're going to call levels to lock, which are all these lines over here. Then you can probably go and superimpose those, or just, draw lines on your own charts and see how things play out. Now, then after the morning session, once you've prepped and you've seen all these levels, know where they are. With my directional bias, I also mention any important news events that might come up for the day, what to look out for. Then during the actual profits at noon, this session you're viewing right now, we'll see where prices in relation to these lines, and also give a bit of a game plan for the remainder of the day. So that's pretty much it. What we're going to do with these lines going forward. Again, that worksheet is not 100% ready yet. The developers are still building, or hard at work building, the members area, but I've got word that it should be done by the end of this month, which is next week. So looking forward to that. Sometimes you can get very strong moves and price already reach these levels during volatile times, or whatever direction the market might be going. And, then it would have been very helpful to have these levels prior to actually the profits at noon, if that makes sense. And that's why I'm also situated in Cape Town. So while you guys are sleeping, then you already have all of these levels by the time you guys wake up, because I'm about 6 or 7 hours, depending on where you're on the use, ahead of you guys. I can do all of this during my morning time. Anyway, lots of chatter there. Since we started the Profits at Noon sessions, I've been saying since price topped here in beginning of Feb, after that massive strong run to the upside, it started in October last year, that we potentially going to see some sort of decline. Now, obviously, at that stage, we were looking at previous levels where support, a resistance might step in. And we've had what I've seen during that time, a 5-wave sequence to the downside. And that to me was a sign that if we do get a bounce to the upside, didn't expect it to be that strong, that we're probably going to see another 5-wave move to the downside. Now, when was this? Beginning was the first 10 days in Feb. I've noted that that might have been the end of correction. We might see another strong move back to the upside. Now, last week, there was something bothering me about this as well. And I'm sorry, I'm giving you a bit of a bigger picture view here of the ES. That if this was corrective, 5B, another 5 for a C wave, that we should go back higher. But that obviously didn't happen. Now, in the back of my mind, I mentioned last week, I think it was during Thursday as well, that we were going to have to watch certain levels that price would need to, on a 4-hour, basically close above and stay above it. And then probably that would signal that this was the end of a correction. But at the back of my mind, I'm still viewing, by the way, this entire decline as corrective in nature, but that if price were to move lower, again, also very certain levels we were looking at, we've seen closes below that might signal that this corrective move potentially is going to trace out and go towards lower levels. Now, I said around about 4,000, potentially even lower. And one of the reasons I'm saying that if you do get a corrective wave followed by another move with another move to the downside, then you're potentially dealing with a double zigzag. Now, what we're seeing here is actually a 5-wave move that's either completed or is still underway. Now, that started here on the, when was that? On the 14th of Feb. So, yeah, we did get that another move down to the downside. If you look at the pivot points, your S1, your S2, and its projected ranges, price has sort of just been trading sideways in a range today, right? I had a pretty strong downward move yesterday. But whatever the case might be, in the bigger picture view here, I still think price can reach a 3,980, which is this S1 here. Might see a retest of 4,029, which is that pivot point. And again, very importantly, I like to see 4-hour candles close above pivot points or break previous lows during, let's say, the overnight session. And then you've got pretty much a surefire way, I won't say surefire, nothing's for certain in trading, but a high probability that prices will gravitate towards these lines. Now, I normally do a bit more of an in-depth analysis on the ES because the other indices are pretty much in a similar state here, so I'll go a bit quicker through them. But one thing I do want to mention here is that, and this is something I don't often show, but if you were to draw a pitchfork using those 3 major anchor points here and switch that to you can see that's on the shift setting. Price already reached this lower line here, which could act as support. Now, if I were to change that to a standard pitchfork, and I should be using that as my starting point. Sorry about that. You can see how well price has been, following these angular support and resistance areas. Very interestingly here, if you were to draw a ray at that same angle and superimpose it at this low over here, then this little high that occurred earlier today exactly found resistance at that again. Now it's also bumping sort of like support, riding this line to the downside. Now we do have S1 at 3,980 and its projected range low at 3,964 and a quarter. Now that is definitely, in my opinion, a potential target where I would say, if this is still corrective, where potential strong support might come in. But again, we've got tomorrow again to go through the analysis, see where price stands by then. But I'm still a little bit bearish over the short term on the ES and the indices overall. But I'm still viewing this entire move to the downside as corrective in nature. The only time I'll really start getting worried is if price were to take out this low over here. That low was set on, when was this? to 19th of Jan. Because that'll then break previous structure to the downside, and then that could actually signal that we're potentially going to see a much deeper decline. But again, let's not get ahead of ourselves, or I shouldn't get ahead of myself. I think that's definitely a possibility. But for now, let's say where these ranges are, and we'll see where the next day's ranges are. If things keep quiet for the remainder of this day, these ranges might be a little bit more narrow tomorrow. Now, these ranges, which I didn't mention before I go on to the NQ, are actually calculated using previous day's volatility. So if you have a massive volatile day, the day before, these ranges might be quite far away. So yeah, on just angular support and resistance perspective, the price is finding support at that lower line over there at the moment. All right, let's head and look at the NQ. Again, also just from a 4-hour chart, similar price structure during the overnight session, and the ES also running sideways. Here, though, price nearly reached S1. I think we see another decline and close below, let's say, this level where these two candles close, that we could potentially see S1 hit at 12,008. And we also got that projected range low at 11,936 3/4. Again, now a lot of these lines will make a bit more sense, and I'll actually plan my days ahead before the actual stock market opens, although we are trading futures. But when a lot of the American volume comes in, will be very beneficial when you actually get hold of that newsletter, which we'll have by end of this month. So not too much to mention on the NQ from my side. The YM has for a very long time been trading sideways. Now you can see these lines basically just define the upper and lower limit of a range that I've been watching for quite a time. I've drawn this, I think, since we started these sessions, beginning of this month. I mentioned that if we see a break and close below these lines, that will signal that we'll potentially see a further decline. But, you know, price could have done the same thing to the upside. And obviously that didn't, occur. But on the YM price structure, a little bit different than on the ES, on the NQ. But we're also seeing here what looks like a potential 5-wave decline. Also potentially gonna hit support sometime soon, and then might expect to bounce from that again. With the YM, we got S1 support at 32,956. We've got a pivot point at 33,372. These projected range lows at 32,811. Sorry, I'm almost mumbling my words here. Again, also just expecting potentially just sideways movement into tomorrow, and then we'll just have to recap things and, you know, see where price is trading in relation to these lines. Next up, we have Russell 2000. Well, Russell obviously also been in a very strong move to the upside, and very similar to the ES and NQ, also been strong in moving lower. Now, the Russell's price action to the downside was a little bit different. What I've seen here was potentially a 1, 2, a 3, a 4, potentially a strong 5th wave, beautiful ABC, and a 1, a 2, maybe a 3rd that's either ended now or is still underway, with potential another move to the downside, meaning that this entire move I'm also viewing as corrective in nature until such time that previous market support is taken out, or price structure is taken out. Now you can see price already hit at the previous 4-hour candle. That pivot point acted as a bit of resistance at 1,909. I think if we get a move again, either today or tomorrow, below today's current low at 1,885, that we could see S1 hit at 1,874. That projected range low is also right about at the same level, so a bit of confluence there. On the other hand, if this was the end of that correction already, then a break today or tomorrow above the pivot point 1,909, I think we can see these projected range highs reach 1,921, potentially even R1 at 1,928. But again, cautiously bullish over the near term. I'm actually a bit more bearish, because just I want to see price actually move into that lower median line on the ES that I've shown you, and then potentially find support and see what happens from there. Right, I'm always going to switch over to Craig again. I'm sure he's ready on that side. Guys, if you've got anything to ask me, then please let me know. I'm just quickly going to go through crude and then gold, and I want to give you enough time to actually do your thing as well, Craig. So I'm not going to show Wave Pro today. I think it's going to be a little bit long-winded to do that. But anyway, crude oil been moving strongly lower. Now, this is one market I've been saying, if you just look at a 4-hour chart here, it looks like it wasn't a strong move up. Yeah, it was a pretty strong, big range. What's it, about $8 wide or high? But if you look at the much higher time frame, like a daily or weekly, which I'm not showing right now, then crude oil is pretty bearish. It's been moving very, very strongly to the downside. We were looking last week and the week before that at a potential area of support, and mentioned that if that was broken, that we're potentially going to see price move towards these lows that were set on the 6th of Feb. So now you can already see price sort of opened during the overnight session, fell short of the pivot point at 76.57, had no issue reaching S1 at 75.52, broke straight through S2 at 74.84, and you see how now it's testing 74.48, which is this projected range low that price is currently at. So I do expect potential support to step in here. Another move lower, potentially a close below this projected range low, then I think we can easily see projected range low, the first deviation to the downside at 73.92 reached on crude oil. But just quickly, my overall expectations is that price potentially gunning for these lows. Again, we'll revisit things tomorrow and see where crude is trading by then. Then lastly, gold. Gold, you see I've got way more data on here as well. We've been looking at some sort of an ending diagonal pattern when we first started the profits at noon sessions. I think this was potentially a wave 3. We had a 4, and then price just pipped this previous high for a wave 5. And now we're potentially seeing the start of, I'll say, already in the mists of a start of a larger decline to the downside. Unless this is some sort of a expanded flat, which generally runs in 5 waves. I did say last week we were looking at previous projected range lows. There was a lot of confluence. I think we also had a S2 around about, what was it, 1840 level. Yeah, you see I still have this box drawn on there. Now price just broke below that box. That was a bit of an area I expected support to step in. So we did get a little bit of a move to the upside. That might have been the first move higher of a correction, with another move higher to follow. But I was actually thinking price is going to break this high earlier today, but you see that price failed to close above the pivot point at 1,845, reached R1 at 1852, and it's now moving lower again. So whether it's going to test this area again, support potentially at 1,837, where S1 is here. And we also got a projected range low at 1,835. Again, we'll just have to recap things tomorrow. I am bearish a little bit more over the long run for gold, but I am expecting a bounce higher at some stage soon. Like I said, I've been watching this area of support for quite some time and expecting a move into that. Now we did get that. Now it's just a question of seeing on the smaller time frame if, you know, price can get a little bit more buyers involved here, and see if we can push to new targets. Again, we'll before I hand things over to Craig, things will become make way more sense when we have that worksheet and newsletter ready for you guys, so that you prep for the afternoon session and know what to expect from my side on all these markets that I cover. Right, Craig, that's it from me. I've already gone, I think, about 25 minutes. I want to eat into your time. I know you got a lot of exciting stuff to share with us.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I like your analysis.
Thank you.
I was thinking the same thing on gold. If we can hold here, because we already kind of made a slightly new high there. We'll see if, but so far we've seen rejection off that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Great. So let me quickly stop my share and I'll hand the reins over to you. And
All
guys,
right.
if there's any questions for Craig or either me, then please drop them in the chat box there. It would be nice to hear from you guys. We'll be more than happy to answer that for you.
Yeah. So you guys should see my screen. You see my screen,
Yep.
Richard?
I do.
All right, good deal. Well, I'm going to kill my video because I don't have the best bandwidth. They're just getting Spectrum in this area, so I'm actually using a T-Mobile cell tower. So I'm going to kill my video. So
Okay.
as soon as I find it, there it is. All right. So yeah. So first off, Richard, thanks for the intro and allowing me to join you today to share something with everyone in here that we have going on later today. Before I begin, I'm sure Richard's probably gone over this, but guys, I must remind you that trading does carry significant risk, and all information in this webinar is provided for educational purposes only and is not an offer or a recommendation to trade futures, stocks, options, or Forex. So if you guys really like Richard's analysis and what he's doing in here, in addition to what Richard is doing in here, and the trades that he's going over in here, or in addition to your own discretionary trading, we've got the perfect thing that will actually help you scale it all. Okay, we call it Robot Lab, and it allows you to take everything that you're learning from Richard and scale it. Okay, so later today, all right, in just a few hours, actually, right after the market closes, I'd like to invite you to a free live masterclass where you'll learn a uniquely proven way that you can use fully automated day trading systems to go from zero to full-time trading, or if you're already trading full-time, right, to create another stream of income for yourself. Okay, I'll be there. I'm not presenting, but the presenter is the guy that is the architect behind Robot Lab. Okay, his name is Christian, and you're going to absolutely love him. All right, now, before I show you my automated strategies or bot portfolio, let me just give you a sneak peek of what you're going to see later today. Okay, it's going to be about a 60, 75-minute presentation with some time for Q&A at the end. And here's what Christian's going to be talking about. Oh, by the way, you're going to actually get a free robot if you want one just for coming. Okay, and we've actually just improved it. So I'm excited about that. All right, so here's what you're going to learn. Christian's going to talk about our backwardation certainty secret and what that even means. So this way you'll know what to expect from an automated trading system. And this way you can develop trust in the system, right? So this way you continue trading it for the long term. He'll show you how you can slash risk. Okay, risk is a huge issue for myself and in speaking with other traders. Drawdowns are a huge issue, right? Especially if you have a small account. He'll show you how to create a portfolio of bots that minimizes drawdowns and maximizes profits. Okay. In fact, in the next slide, I'm going to show you a portfolio that I created that's made up of 19 bots, okay, which minimizes drawdowns, that I'm currently running each day in my own live account on a separate VPS. All right. Christian is also going to discuss with you the #1 automated day trading system mistake that traders make, and he'll show you how to avoid it. Okay, this is something that I've had to learn the hard way. And finally, he'll show you a 0 to full-time income trading action plan. So you'll learn a step-by-step plan for scaling your portfolio of bots as you build your account over time. And of course, you know, at the end of the webinar, we'll save some time for Q&A. Okay, so now, real quick, about that portfolio that I was talking about, take a look at this equity curve from May 6, 2019, when the micros started trading, okay, until the end of 2022. All right, look at these performance metrics in here, okay? Look at the total net profit compared to the maximum drawdown, okay? The maximum drawdown is less than $2.5K or $2,500. Okay, this portfolio has a 50% winning percentage with a profit factor of almost 2 to 1. Okay, and guys, this isn't discretionary trading. These are fully automated trading strategies. All right. Look at this. I love this because this is the historical monthly net profit distribution of this portfolio, which shows you how it's performed and gives you an idea of what to expect each month. Okay. Look at this. Only 3 losing months, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Out of 44 months. Okay. A little over 3.5 years. With the largest losing month less than $500. Okay. You can see this is 1,000. So down here would be about 1,000. And you can see it's less, it's like 430 or something like that. And this is just trading one micro futures contract on each bot. Okay. Guys, this is why I'm trading this portfolio in one of my own live accounts. All right. And again, this is just one of the portfolios that I've created for like a $10,000 plus starting account size. Okay. Now, for folks with smaller accounts, let's say 5 to 10,000, just recently I created this 16 bot portfolio. Okay. And you can even, from here, you can even remove some of these bots to reduce it, to possibly even get your max drawdown to about the 1,500 mark. But look at this. Okay, this 16 bot portfolio uses optimized strategy templates, and while at the same time, with the goal of minimizing drawdowns. Okay, look at the total net profit compared to the maximum drawdown. Okay, total net profit of almost about 100K over 3.5 years, right? Well, it's actually it's like 3.7, right? Max drawdown, less than 2,000. Actually, it's less than 1,700. Okay, and look at your profit factor, right? It's actually above 2.0. So it does slightly better than actually my 19 bot, okay? Because I've optimized some templates in here recently. How did we achieve this? Okay, by optimizing the certain bots, so as to reduce the drawdowns on those bots, and by trading only those bots with the least amount of correlation. Okay, see all the bright green here? All right, that's low correlation. If we saw any red box in here, then that would indicate that those 2 bots, for example, would be highly correlated. Okay, meaning that they take similar trades, and this could be great on good days, right? But really bad on bad days that they get stuffed out. Okay, if trading highly correlated bots is a double-edged sword, right? On the good days, you make out really good. On the bad days, you get spanked. Well, we don't want that. Okay, we want a smooth and consistent, stable equity curve, and trading optimized bots with low correlation, again, not only minimizes risk, but it does exactly that. It provides you with a higher return to drawdown ratio and a much smoother and consistent equity curve. Okay, I'll show you in a minute. As you can see here, again, you're going to have winning days and losing days. Okay, sometimes you're going to even see a set of consecutive winning days and consecutive losing days. Okay, which could result in some losing weeks. All right, we see that here. It happens, right? You can see we had 2 in a row, 2 weeks in a row here. We had 4 weeks in a row here. But then look at the following week, right? Notice you have 2 losing weeks here, and then look at the following week. You make everything back and then some. Okay, this is trading. Okay, take a look at this monthly net profit distribution for just over the last 3.5 years. Okay, with this portfolio, guys, only 1 losing month right here. Okay, in December of 2020. Okay, and as you can see here, again, look at this. This is 1,000 from here to here, right? So that's maybe $500, maybe somewhere between $500 and $600. That's it, losing month. Okay, but notice this: the month prior, right? It made almost 2K. Okay, and then the month after, it made over 4K. So it's you have to sit through that. But here's the thing: if you're not over leveraged and you've position sized accordingly to your trading account, you can do this, and you just have to trust it and let it run. Okay. And when you start seeing this and you start seeing these, how the bots work, it'll make, and you start seeing these gains like this, I don't know, I get excited because it's like, I don't have to do anything. Okay. And I'll explain it in a little bit. It literally takes a few minutes each week. Okay. The bots that make up this portfolio all have positive expectancy, and the long-term results you can see here and with this equity curve, right, speak for themselves. What we're looking at is a steady and stable equity curve, minimizes drawdowns, maximizes returns. Okay. Again, you just have to let the portfolio run. It literally only takes a few minutes each week, okay, to enable the bots. Check on them in the morning, okay, before the market opens, right? And then again in the afternoon after the market closes, I'll check on them again. I literally turn them on Sunday and leave them running the entire week until Friday, okay? Now, for some, if we look at the performance here, an average of just over 2,000 a month, when you can see that right here, average profit per month, right there. It may not seem like a lot of money, okay, and for some of you it's like, hey, that exceeds my Social Security, or that's an extra, that'll pay the mortgage and the car payments, right, and the electric bill. It only takes a few minutes each day, so you don't have to spend hours in front of the computer, okay? And again, this is just from trading only one micro contract. And keep in mind, it's scalable, all right? For example, 2 micro contracts, right? Do the math. 2 micro contracts per bot would have been almost $4,500, okay? 3 micro contracts, right? 2,200 times 3 would have been over about, so anywhere between 6.6 and 6.7K per month, okay? So you guys see what I mean here? This is why I'm trading a portfolio similar to this one, but with a few more bots, right, in my own live account. Okay, look at the yearly net profit distribution here. Last year, this portfolio made almost 35K, okay, trading just one micro contract. And here's the thing. The drawdown was, if you guys remember, was less than $1,700, okay? So think about that. On a $5,000 account, or on a $10,000, we'll start with a 10, on a $10,000 account, right? 1,700 divided by 10,000, that's only 17% of your account, okay? On a $5,000 account, that's roughly about 34% of your account. So it's not like, if you position size and leverage, and we'll show you how to do this. Christian's going to talk about it this afternoon. As long as you play it smart and prudent and wise, if you over leverage, you could blow up the account, right? But if you play it smart, you're not going to do that, okay? But imagine if you had position size this portfolio, even if you had a larger account, okay? Some of our clients are doing just this, okay? And they're reaping the benefits. So guys, if this looks like something that you would like to learn more about and potentially start scaling your discretionary trading with automated trading and potentially create another income stream for yourself, okay, then I would encourage you, let me post the link in here. I would encourage you to join us this afternoon right after the market closes, okay, at 4:15 Eastern or 3:15 Central. Okay, and I'll answer questions here. Let me get to the end, and then I'll save some time for Q&A. All right, and again, in fact, just for joining us, you get a free robot. Okay, so we just recently updated it, so it actually outperforms the previous version. Okay, so I would encourage you, come and spend some time with us. All right. Now, again, if you're on the fence, okay, I'll be honest with you, at first, I was too, okay, skeptical about automated trading systems, just like Richard, right? I'm a discretionary trader. Then I started trading a few of the robots in another live account, and I started to see results, positive results, and results that, for the most part, guys, actually matched back-tested results. So now I've got a handful of bots I turn on once a week. You know, I check on them in the morning, right? I'll check on them throughout the day. Now, I don't have to, but I do anyways, because I just want to see what's going on. Like today, we have FOMC minutes at 2 o'clock. So at 1:15, 1:30, because of the volatility, I'll go ahead and flatten them, and I may or may not re-enable them. Okay, but I don't like to sit through the volatility of any FOMC minutes or announcement. So, you know, I can do, and I can just log in my VPS and do that. But here's the thing, you know, oh, and I also check them at the end of the day, right? Just to make sure they're flat. Here's the thing, it only takes a few minutes each day, okay? And I like to call these bots my employees, all right? One thing you need to keep in mind, right? Not every day is a winner, okay? But overall, you know, my portfolio, these portfolios are making money, okay? So with this portfolio, we're with my 19 bot portfolio of algo bots, guys, I've got another stream of income that only takes a few minutes each day, if that. Okay, so is there anyone here that wouldn't mind having another stream of income that only takes a few minutes each day? I mean, come on. So if you do, and or just want to learn more about fully automated day trading systems, all right, join us later today, right after the market closes, 4:15 Eastern or 3:15 Central, and I'll see you there. Okay, I'll be helping answer questions at the end. So I look forward to it. I look forward to seeing you there. And that's pretty much it. So if you guys have any questions, I can tackle those.
Awesome,
Perry
Craig.
says,
Thanks for that, bud. I've seen this one that came in from Prince. Do you have the chat box open there? I think
I
there's
do,
another one as
actually,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I've got it.
Over
Okay.
to you.
All right, cool. Perry says, awesome on the gift bot. Thanks. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Yeah. Prince says, bit beyond my affordability for newbie. Auto Lab might go for 5. Well, you come in, at least sign up, you know, for the master class and check it out. I mean, you know, and then go decide from yourself. And then you ask the question, 97K net profit for 1 micro. Now that's 1 micro per bot. Okay, so you can see there's 16 bots in here. So on any day, you typically won't, they're not correlated, right? These, remember, these are low correlated right here. See all the green, bright green. But on any typical day, I think we had like 3 bots fire off yesterday. But you may see 5 or 6 bots fire on any typical day. I'd have to look back and see. Well, here you can see here, right? So back, and I don't know why this is sorted like this. I don't know why this isn't sorted by day, but I must have sorted it by something. I don't know what I sorted it by. But anyways, you can see here that you had, you know, on this day, you had 2 trades, 3 trades, 4 trades, and so forth. Okay. During the month, you might have, just looking at the numbers at the top left, you might have 82 to 84 trades, right? Weekly, about, you could see 9 to 26 just in this trades. Okay, so with 25 trades would be an average of 5 trades a day. So you might have, out of the 16 bots, you may have 5 of them, you know, like I said, 5 to 8 fire. Sometimes it's, I'd say probably 3 to 7, 3 to 8, anywhere. Having 8 trades, 8 bots fire off in one day would be quite busy day. So it's typically 3 to 5, right? So, but that's all it takes. Okay, so yeah. And that, it's just 1 micro. When you have the key is this right here. This is the key. the low correlation and having a portfolio of bots. So you're not just relying on one bot, you're relying on a portfolio. Christian is going to explain in more detail. So I would definitely encourage you to sign up for the free masterclass. Okay. Perry, I am a learner and love the skill of trading. I do too. Do you learn and understand the coding and build? No, I don't. I'm not a coder. I'm not a programmer. I am a trader. Okay. I understand price. I understand indicators. I only use a couple of indicators. At my analysis is very similar to Richard's in that I've primarily focused on price, and I may use a couple of indicators, to help me identify fair value right above and below the market, fair value on a daily and weekly, and then a couple moving averages to identify like a longer term trend. But yeah, and I when in my discretionary trading, I use two charts. I always have an anchor chart that I use, so I always know what's going on in a larger time frame, and then I use a smaller time frame chart for my entries and trade management and so forth. But yeah, no, I'm not a coder or builder. I wish I was. I think I could probably get stuff coded and built faster, but I'm not. So, we have guys that do that. But yeah, Christian could fill you in more in that session this afternoon. So, all right. Prince, looking forward to the free webinar plus free buy. Cool. Yeah, I will see you there. Perry also asks, can you control the drawdown according to your risk tolerance? Yes, we have, and again, Christian will explain in more detail. For example, I put on a class on Thursdays at 2:00. We have several classes throughout the week, so it's not like, hey, here's some bots, guys, have a nice life. It's like, here, we support it. We have full support. Again, I don't want to go into all the detail here. I'll let Christian do that, but we provide support behind it. And Christian and I both will do classes together. I do one on my own, and I show you how to build. Thanks for posting that, Richard. I will show you how to build your own portfolios, for example. Okay, so then yes, you can control the drawdown according to your own risk tolerances. So, all right. And you have full control too. Christian will explain all that today at 4:15. So, make sense? So, I hope that helps. And Richard, thanks again for allowing me to come in today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks very much. Always great having you here. I'm looking forward to the next one. Everyone, yeah, if you're really interested in automated trading, go check it out. Especially free bots, you've got nothing to lose. I know Christian's a great presenter as well. So really awesome stuff that they got prepped for you guys there.
Yeah, you guys will learn a lot. So Thanks again, guys. And I'll see you guys this afternoon.
Yeah, take care, guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And I'll be back tomorrow with another Profits at Noon. Till next time, take care and goodbye.
Awesome. Thanks, Richard. See you guys.
She's great. Bye-bye.
Bye.